Alright, so in this video, we are going to be comparing the cameras on the new iPhone 14 Pro with the baseline iPhone 14. The iPhone 14 Pro has 48 megapixels, but what difference does that actually make compared to a baseline iPhone 14? So for this video, we are going to be comparing the pictures taken from the 14 Pro versus the baseline 14. We're not going to be comparing the videos because the videos are honestly so close to each other that it was really hard to tell which one was better. But for the photo comparison, we have various ranges of situations. We got indoor, outdoor, portrait and wide angle, daytime and nighttime photos. And at the end of the video, I will be giving you my recommendation on which iPhone you should pick up depending on what you're trying to shoot. So in the first section of this video, we are going to be doing a blind comparison test between these two iPhones to see if you can spot the difference between the photos. To decide which phone to put on the left versus the right, I literally flipped the coin, so it might not even be a 50-50 split. That's a little bit of foreshadowing. Alright, let's get started with the photo comparison then. Okay, starting off with a portrait mode shot, this beautiful dog Theo is trying to go after my treat. Can you tell which one is which? For this, the left side is the 14 Pro and the right side is the normal 14. Alright, let's switch gears to a wide angle shot. Lots of things going on in this photo. We're in the shade, you have the blue sky in the background and the girl underneath the tree in the yellow coat. Again, in this one, the left side is the Pro and the right side is the normal 14. Alright, so for this third picture, this guy was selling some shoes on the staircase. I thought it made for a great shot, so I asked if I could take a photo of him. We're using just the default camera settings in this photo, and the left side is the Pro and the right side is the normal 14. Alright, so for this next shot, we were having burgers with some beer, even saw Trevor Noah walking by while we were having our meal. And the left side is the normal iPhone 14 and the right side is the Pro. Interior of our lunch spot was super cute, so I had to take a photo in here. This is taken on the wide angle lens as well. And for this one, the Pro is on the left side and the right side is a normal 14. Came back in the afternoon to take a little bit of a break, so this is taken on the normal lenses, and the left side is the normal iPhone 14 and the right side is the 14 Pro. Here's a shot of my friend's desk setup. Damn, I wish I had that view. Should I move out to Brooklyn? This was taken using the ultra wide lens, and the 14 is on the left side and the right side is the 14 Pro. Alright, who doesn't enjoy a little bit of cheese and charcuterie board? This was taken at the normal lens at the 1x zoom, and the left side is the 14 Pro and the right side is the normal 14. Doing some nighttime photography, I often like looking up at the tops of the building because it makes you feel so small and you try to notice what you haven't seen before. In this case, the left side is the normal 14 and the right side is the 14 Pro. Found this cute alleyway while I was walking around, so I decided to take a nighttime photo as well. Can you tell which one is which? Here, let me take off the nighttime exposure to see what it might have looked like if you just took a quick snapshot. Does that help at all? In this case, the left side is the 14 Pro and the right side is the normal 14. I wanted to test out the low light performance of the ultra wide camera, so this shot is taken from the ultra wide lens. And in this scenario, the left side is the Pro and the right side is the normal 14. And finally, I really like how the buildings look in the backdrop in comparison to the park that is in the foreground. The buildings in the background look very much like a Gotham City vibe. And for this shot, I zoomed in 3x, so the normal 14 I pinched to zoom, and then on the Pro I just used the built-in optical 3x lens. And in this case, the left side is the normal 14 and the right side is the 14 Pro. Now, if you struggled in that section, you're probably not alone. It's a testament to how good the photos from the baseline 14 are, because it could go toe-to-toe with the Pro in many of these situations. But where does the Pro actually start pulling ahead of the baseline iPhone 14? Let's take a look. Alright, so the guessing part of this video is over. So from now on, all of the Pro photos will be on the left side and all the normal iPhone 14 will be on the right side. If we take a look at this nighttime skyline right here, if we zoom in 400%, you can see that there's so much more details on the Pro photos than the normal iPhone 14. The outlines of the windows are a lot more crisp on the Pro, and the ridges alongside the roof line is also much more crisp on the Pro. Whereas the normal 14, it looks a little bit more muddy. And it's in these situations where the photos are really close up or really far away that the Pro shines. Let's take a look at some other examples. Okay, so in this example, we have the Empire State Building seen from far away. We've zoomed in 5x on both of these phones. 5x on the Pro is a little bit zoomed in from the telephoto lens versus on the baseline 14, it is zoomed in as much as possible. And again, I admit from a glance, there isn't that much of a difference. Maybe the Pro's looks a little bit sharper for sure, but if we blow up the Pro to the furthest it can go, which is a total of 15 zoom, then you can see that it really starts to make a difference. And here is a nighttime example of the same concept. We have blown this up 5x on both. Again, this is a little bit zoomed in on the Pro, but the max zoom in on the normal baseline 14. And when we go to the maximum zoom on the Pro, which is 15, you can see how much further we are able to see. It's the same story if you get really close. So I put up some household items that you might have in your house as well, so you can see some of the comparisons. On the left side, we got the Pro's macro lens zoomed up to that Q keyboard button, versus on the right we have the normal 14, and this was about as close as I could get before the focus started kind of losing it. You can see how up and close the dust particles are on that keyboard, which is crazy. Here we have the picture of the new Apple Watch. On the right, you can see that's about as close as I could get to the Apple Watch with the baseline 14, but on the left side, I could get really up and close with it. And apparently it was 69 degrees that day. Nice. Here's a side shot from the Apple Watch as well. Again, on the Pro, you can see how close we can get to the digital crown and the new crown guards. And finally, we have a picture of the new AirPods Pro 2. Again, it's the same story where on the right, you can get decently close, maybe a couple inches from the AirPods, but on the left side, it's almost like you can read the text inside of the casing. All right, now that we've gone through all the situations where the phones perform similarly and where the Pro really shines, which one of these two phones should you get? Well, in the middle of the bell curve of photos that you can be taking, the iPhone 14, the baseline, does pretty well in most situations. And the Pro, despite the ability for it to do macro shots and long telephoto shots, how often do you need that in your personal lifestyle? Personally, I do like having the camera options on the Pro because whenever I go to a concert, I like being able to use a telephoto lens. And if you're into photography or videography and you want to have the best of the best equipment that money can buy, and you don't ever want to find yourself in a situation where you thought, oh man, maybe if I had the slightly better lenses or more megapixels, that would have made for a better shot. Yeah, go for the Pro, get that peace of mind. It's going to be worth it. But in all honesty, unless you're really pixel peeping, the baseline iPhone 14 can keep up in most situations. All right, that's all I got. Let me know down in the comments how many you were able to guess correctly or not. I'm going to be having my review of the Apple Watch Ultra soon, so if you're interested, I would love it if you subscribed. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.